please hold on. Sorry, just give me just 1 second. Hold on. Hey, Nanny. Here I am. I am the mysterious, majestic, multi-dimensional, multi-purpose Marina. You're lucky that I'm here to do everything. No, really, everything. As a superhero, I have all the necessary pieces. A crown, of course, necessary to be majestic. A mask to be mysterious, because you need that. And a cape, well, because you cannot be a superhero without a cape. Everyone knows that. These pieces combine to make me multi-dimensional and multi-purpose. Basically, I'm the best superhero ever. How many of you wanted to be superheroes when you were kids? That's what I thought. I did too. We heard about how this normal, run-of-the-mill person was able to transform, have awesome powers, and save the world. But is it really what we need to do? Do we really want to be that person? There's this idea in today's society that we all have to be superheroes and never rest, be able to be great parents, teachers, friends, etc., and do for others all the time. It leaves very little room for ourselves and for who we are. It can ruin relationships as we don't have time to actually invest our time, love, and concern into them because we're trying to be in a zillion places all at once. However, this has not just been a today's problem. In the Torah, there are people who have tried to be superheroes, and there are those who really seem to be able to pull it off. However, those who seem to be superheroes without having any problems don't see themselves as superheroes. They don't need to be anyone but themselves. Yikes. Maybe I need to look at myself and decide if I want to be myself or if I want to be the superhero. Let's take this crown, for instance. It shows my superior status as a superhero. It lets me be regal and control all situations. I cannot be told what to do, and really, I can do whatever I want. Hold on a second. That doesn't really sound all that great. Wouldn't I want to be a leader, but still be able to hear what others have to say? If I focus only on myself, then I leave out everyone else around me. And on the flip side, if I focus on everyone else, I then wither away. Yeah, I don't think I want that. I don't need that to be a great leader. Take Moses, for example. He had his ups and downs as a leader, but he was a leader. He didn't wear a crown, since he didn't really need one. People knew of him and his relationship to God. As he told his father-in-law, Yitro, Ki yavo elai ha'am lidrosh Elohim. For the people come to me to seek God. They came to Moses, standing from morning until night, waiting to see him. They brought cases before Moses so that he could use God's teachings to make a judgment. Moses is focusing only on the people in the way that he makes himself available to everyone. But he is also only focusing on himself as he sees that he is the only one able to do this work. Yitro advises him to delegate, to find other people who can deal with the minor cases that people could bring. This way, no one had to travel far distances, wait in line for hours, and maybe, potentially, probably finally see Moses. They could instead see those whom were delegated to the positions closer to their home. They could get their cases dealt with swiftly and smoothly. This benefited both the people as a whole and Moses. The people no longer had to wait for hours on end, getting angrier and more upset as the minutes passed. Moses no longer had to wear himself out. It was a win-win situation. So yeah, I think I'll keep the crown off. But this mask lets me hide my identity and truly take on the role of a superhero. I can be anyone else I want to be. I can be anything I want to be. I can do so much without anyone knowing. Even if I mess up, no one has to know it was me. This mask makes me invisible and ignored by those around me. Wait, I don't want that. I want to be seen and heard. I want to be recognized for who I am, not for what this mask allows others to see of me. Yeah, I don't need that either. I can be like Esther instead. We read the scroll of Esther, Megillot Esther, for Purim, a holiday which, as Wayne Dosick says in his book Soul Judaism, Dancing with God into a New Era, Purim teaches us to get rid of the masks of false joy and to reach for the inner joy that comes when inhibition is gone, when the real self is revealed, when we find and touch the deepest recesses of our being. I can get rid of this mask and be myself. Esther does this too. She hid her identity from King Ahasuerus, but when the Jews were in trouble, she stood up for her people and revealed herself. While she revealed her Jewish heritage, she also used her beauty to reveal others and herself. As Vanessa L. Oakes says, Esther was beautiful by the conventions of her culture. She knew that being thought beautiful was a blessing. It made her feel good about herself, and it drew people to her, making her feel success and accomplishment for having done nothing at all. She was also aware that people found her beautiful for reasons that had little to do with her appearance. She could access the beauty of the other and radiate it back. It was this conviction that beauty was a two-way matter that gave Esther the courage to find her way into the palace of Shushan and the heart of the king. Vanessa Oakes continues, consider trying out Esther's beauty ritual. It's simple enough. Begin by turning away from the mirror after you have completed getting ready for the day in whatever way makes you feel good about yourself. Then, think about the people whom you plan to encounter in the course of the day. Imagine them and recall what it is about them that you admire. Think of specific details. Then repeat Esther's chant. I look into your eyes. You think I am beautiful, but it is because you are beautiful to me. In this circle, we become precious to one another. When you see these people whose special gifts you've imagined, do not be surprised to discover that they can see their best selves reflected in your eyes. We can't do any of those things that Vanessa Oakes talks about or that Esther does when we have a mask on. We can't connect with someone deeply because it doesn't give them the opportunity to get to know us and to build a connection. By covering our eyes with a mask, we cover a part of us that looks deep into someone else's soul and allows them to see us too. I definitely don't want that. I want to be able to take the time to actually get to know someone and for them to get to know me. I'll keep that mask off, as scary as it may seem, but thank goodness I still have my cape. It's like my security blanket. I can wear it and be protected. It gives me tons of superpowers, like flying and quickly whipping away any weapons from all people by swishing it around in their face. It also makes me look exactly like a superhero. It takes away all my nerdiness, and I become cool. Ben agrees. I no longer have to hope that I'll be cool. This cape does it instantaneously. Wait a second. What happens when I can't wear it all the time? I mean, I have to shower and sleep and change clothes. I can't just wear this all the time. It makes me fly around, not even pausing to see what I'm actually passing. It has me swoop into situations, making decisions based on looks, not actually investigating. I could seriously mess something up if I read something incorrectly by going so fast. I don't want this either. The world can definitely be a scary place. But I don't really want this one symbol to change who I am and what I actually am able to accomplish. It is way more important for me to take a step back and evaluate situations. I want to take my time. The biblical character Joshua did just that. He served for many years under Moses so that he could truly learn the ways of God, his commandments, laws, and requests. He and Caleb were two of the spies sent to scout out the land of Canaan, but the only ones to stand up for what they saw and tell the people that God would be there for them. He then proved that he had strength in leading the Israelites through battles. In Deuteronomy 31:7, Moses appoints Joshua to be his successor and lead the Israelites. According to Rashi, the classical commentator, and the Midrash, the implicit meaning of Moses' prayer to God is as follows: Sovereign of the universe, God of the spirits of all flesh, thou knowest the minds of all men, and how the mind of one man differs from that of another. Appoint over them a leader who will be able to bear with the differing spirits of every one of your children. The true leader is not a single-minded fanatic, but a person able to tolerate all views. A man over the congregation, one who is above petty party politics. When God responded to Moses' prayer, naming Joshua as the future leader, he describes him as a man in whom there is spirit. Here, Rashi comments, a man who knows how to stand up against the spirit of each one of them, to teach us that to be tolerant does not necessarily imply passivity or spinelessness. A good leader must know his own mind. He must be able to stand up for his views. He must also be capable of changing his mind, of freeing himself from preconceived ideas. He must not be the type who declares, "My mind is made up, don't confuse me with facts." Joshua is definitely this man. He has seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. Instead of judging based on what he has seen, he focuses on getting the real situation and learning the truth. He seeks to expose the truth. He doesn't just beat the bad guys down. I want to do the same thing. I want to be able to come into a situation and seek out truth, not use my preconceived notions to develop opinions. That cape won't protect me from the truth or lies. Instead, it's up to me to figure it out. Getting rid of all these pieces of my superhero costume, I have returned to me. I am more enlightened, but I know I can be myself. And I hope that all of you have learned something from the mindful, mannered, motivated Marina. On this Shabbat, let us take off our crowns so that we can be leaders who can listen to others and recognize our limits. Let us take off our masks so that we do not have to hide our faces and be someone that we are not. Let us take off our capes so that we can solve issues patiently, evaluating and calculating our large decisions and tasks. Let us recognize that we are not superheroes and cannot be everywhere all at once. Let us recognize our strengths and weaknesses in order to know ourselves better all around. Let us take a step back and strive to get to know others better. Let us be us. Together we say, Amen. We begin to close our service on page 586 for Aleinu at the bottom. Please rise.